All right, it is April 23rd, and it is time for my bi monthly musings, ramblings, whatever. It's kind of like writing a paper. You dread sitting down to that empty sheet, and then once you start typing away, stuff just starts flowing. So, this is me basically writing my paper. Um, and a few things have happened over the past couple of weeks, and I thought they were worthy of, talking about a little bit. So the first one was I went. When was it? Thursday night. I went to this food, wine, spirits festival that I go to every year, and I have a blast at this thing. I love it. It's called Taste of the Valley in Woodland Hills, California, and I was having a wonderful time with my husband, my best friend, and late in the whole thing, this older lady, like my mom's age, my mother will probably hate me for saying older lady, uh, she came up to me and she said, "I love your hair." And mind you, she was not somebody who is gray or transitioning. She obviously was still dyeing her hair, and I thanked her very much and mentioned, I'm transitioning. And she said, "Oh, I just could never be brave enough to do that." And that just makes me sad every time I hear that come out of anybody's mouth when they say they can't be brave enough, because it isn't a reflection on their strength. It's a commentary on our culture that the standards of beauty and the beauty industry have beaten us down as women through the last century, really, but specifically more like the last 50 years, half a century, to the point that we don't feel like we're whole people unless we're buying those products and doing what they tell us to do, which in this case is being less than our authentic selves. It's fine if you want to color your hair if you think your hair looks really cool that way. What I have a problem with is people doing it because they think they won't be accepted any other way. That they just they lack that confidence even though they want to do it. That's really the difference. It's the difference between somebody who wants to stop dyeing their hair but is so beaten down and molded by this cultural perception that they feel that they can't do it. And, let's be honest. You get one shot at going around here in this life. And doesn't it make a lot of sense just to do what you want to do and not have to, be a slave to the standards that we're being told we must do? It's not illegal to have gray hair. So I say go have gray hair if you want to. Silver hair. I like to say that. That puts more of a positive spin on, again, a color that there's nothing wrong with it. Uh, so that's just sort of my my thought on that. That you know if you want to do it but you feel like you can't because this beauty standard has beaten you down to the point where you feel shamed and you don't have the confidence. It's got to stop. It's madness. That's just madness to not feel that you can be the person you want to be because our culture says, no, you must buy these products. That's who you should be. So that was an interesting moment at that festival. I didn't really think of it quite in that light until I had some time to unpackage it later on, and that's kind of where my mind went. Um, Another thing that popped up just the other day is my mom said to me that she wants to do a family portrait because we haven't done one of our whole family in 5 years, and we're all going to be together for Mother's Day. And I said, "Oh, but my hair, you really want to do that now?" And it was so cool that my mother, who's been encouraging me to try to do all these things to like mask the demarcation and all of that, and kind of driving me a little crazy with that, actually came over to my side, and I was on the other side. And she's like, your hair is fine. Just power through it. You know, who cares? It's where you are right now, and just take the picture. And then in another 2 or 3 years, when we get the whole family together again, you'll be fully gray, and you'll look back at that previous picture and say, "Oh, that's where I was then." And you know what? She was right. So, yeah, she also said, "Oh, you can wear a hat or you can wear a scarf." Not gonna do that. I'm gonna go like this with my silver proudly displayed. Got lots of it there and tons of it there, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So thanks, Mom, for that. I appreciate the support and sort of bringing me back to where I should be on that. And then let me look at my notes here. What was the last thing? Oh, the last thing was my husband, my wonderful husband. We were sitting watching TV the other night, and he just looked over at me and he said, "You know, I know it's hard for you. It's been a little difficult for you to get used to your shorter hair. But, you know," he said, "Damn, you look so cute with it that length." And I've been keeping my hair longer, like down to here, for basically the better part of 27 years, because he's never, no, let me preface this. He's never told me I can't have short hair, nothing like that. He's totally supportive in anything I want to do. But he's always made comments that he likes longer hair. Usually when he sees a woman with a pixie, he's like, ugh, you know, and not that this is a pixie, it's not. And so when he said that to me, I was like, "I thought you didn't like short hair." And he's like, "Well, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, it looks super cute on you. I really like that." I said, "Well, I'm not going to go any shorter. I'm not going to do a pixie." And he's like, "Well, you can do a pixie. I bet you could pull that off." I'm not going to do a pixie. But it was a great moment. I really loved hearing that come from him. And I just wanted to say to anybody, because again, I know I come back to this over and over again about how stunned I am when I read on the Facebook groups horrible negative comments that people post that their own family says to them. Their husbands too, who will say things like, you know, "Oh, I wish you'd dye your hair again," and things like that. But family members, parents, saying things, siblings saying things about, "Oh, your hair looks awful," all, you know, just terrible, rude things. I mean, why would we say this to people? I don't. People lose their filters. I know that not everybody has awesome support. I have awesome support. I'm surrounded by it. I'm embraced and enveloped by it. I understand that not everybody has that. But the one thing we can all do is gravitate to the positivity. So if there are people that you know are going to always have a negative comment, you know it's coming, just do your best to avoid them. I know there's certain situations where you can't. And then you have to just, you know, suck it up and, you know, put on your armor and go in there and take it. But I'll bet there's enough people in your life that you can gravitate to that are going to give you that positive feedback that's going to make you feel good about yourself and about what you're doing and not beat you down. So always move to the light, basically, is what I'm saying. Away from the darkness, move to the light. And you'll just be so much better off for a myriad of reasons, not just as you're growing out your hair dye. I mean, this is a good philosophy to have for everything in your life. You know, positivity it's a beautiful thing, and it's what gets us all through. So I think I've done enough rambling for now. I will wait another 2 weeks, see what happens, what percolates, and come back and talk. In the meantime, I do enjoy these videos. They do help me. I hope they help you. So I will see you in a few weeks. And don't forget, stay zesty.